can't sleep. It's 2:30 in the morning and I've been up for at least an hour. So, Antara's not having any problem sleeping. So, I thought I would do the rest of the Filofax video, and it has to do with the cash envelopes. When I moved from the personal Portland, I had the envelopes directly attached to the rings. I think if you look, you can see that I punched them. This was working out fine for me. I was a little concerned, though, because the envelopes were open, and I didn't have a really good way to seal them up. It was definitely something that I was going to address, but hadn't really yet, because there was only 2 months worth of cash in here, and I wasn't overly worried. Wasn't getting thick. So when I moved into the Malden the other day, I decided to work out something better, and what I found at Staples were Avery 5.5 by 8.5 pockets. They have a tab, which I think was meant to be on the top, but in order to get the flap on the right side, I put all of the tabs on the bottom, punched holes, and it's a really good size. The envelopes themselves can stick, so I could have added a dividers and stuck them to the dividers, but that's actually just adding another page, and it didn't really seem necessary. So they just fit in here. Didn't have to do that, but this way the cash isn't obvious. You know, it's like in an envelope. So this is the Christmas saving. This is the saving for my post office box. This is prescriptions, co-pays, doctor visits, things like that. And this one I haven't done yet. I'm going to do, I have Amazon Prime, and it's a $79 fee once a year, so I'm going to split this up and add my Amazon Prime bill. And I had an idea for this one, but I don't remember what it was. The grocery money I had to move to my wallet because I'm not carrying this 100% of the time like I was carrying the Portland. This system is working out really well. I had a lot of questions about it, like how I set it up and things like that. Basically, I took payments that come yearly, like the Amazon Prime, twice a year, like the post office, and things that are somewhat predictable, like co-pays and doctor bills and prescriptions. That's a little hard to figure out, so I'm just putting, you know, $50 a month in, or $20 a month in, I can't remember. That gets used up. It doesn't really continue to get bigger like the Christmas envelope. I also have $25 taken out every time I get paid for Christmas. I always get caught in November, realizing that I don't have enough money set aside. So I think this is really going to help me. Somebody else might have, other types of bills and money that they need, and it's a really good system. It's definitely, customizable to what you want to do. There's not really that much I can say, with regards to, how to do it, except to make out the envelopes. That would help you the most. And I think the grocery one is great. Actually, all of them are great. It's just really nice to know that I have a cushion, that a yearly thing I have to pay doesn't come up and it has to come out of one paycheck. It's a comforting thing, and working with cash is better for me. Sometimes the payments are done in person in cash, like the post office box. Other times I'm going to need to put the money in my account and then, send a payment. But working with cash definitely works better for me. My debit card balance is like something vague and digital, and spending it isn't painful, but spending cash is something different. It definitely feels real. And allocating money is a good idea for me, rather than just assuming I'm going to have it. So that's really that. Oh, I think the other thing I wanted to do was like a miscellaneous for found money, birthday gifts, money I'm not expecting, because that doesn't really factor into my budget anyway. And also I wanted to put aside some money for estate sales and thrift shops and things like that. I tend to buy too much, and even if the items aren't that expensive, I want to spend my money more wisely. And the other things in here are 2 envelopes that I have postage and some postcards in. And I have to say I like the Malden a lot. I've always liked the Malden a lot. I don't think I have a crush on it like I do my personal Portland, but that one's just a beautiful vintage binder. And this one has its issues. I've definitely talked about them in other videos. It does really have a lot of usable space. I have some pencils in here, and it has a big pocket, and because of the flexibility of the binder, storage in this particular one is much easier than, say, a Finsbury that has stiff leather. And I haven't had any problems with the rings, not these anyway. But there's things about it. People don't like the dents. People don't like the feel of the leather. I'm not 100% crazy about the feel of the leather either. But it is what it is, and for what I'm needing, it's definitely what I needed to use right now. I think it's good for large lists. It's good for big projects. It doesn't make a great wallet. It's just too big. I mean, look how big this is compared to my hand. So I'm going to use this, and hopefully it will work perfectly for what I needed it for. I'm not sure what I'm going to do if it doesn't, but sorry this ended up in 2 parts. I'm just having editing issues. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.